As you may be able to tell by the Princess Leia headphones, we're talking about audio today. Specifically, we're talking about how to record voiceover or narration inside of Davinci Resolve. Now, I've talked about this before, but they've made it a heck of a lot easier than it used to be. With one exception, this is a feature still missing from the iPad version. So if you're using the iPad version, you're kind of a second-class citizen, I'm sorry to say. Now, I have a quick little thing that I shot here with a Blackmagic camera, which got the proxy files right into Resolve. Let's have a look at my little BBC-style mockumentary about citrus crops in Hawaii. Citrus is one of the most important crops of the Hawaiian Islands. Indeed, some of the most savory morsels from the tree ever to be found can only be found here. And of course, the variety available in these islands cannot be matched anywhere, except for, larger places that are less remote and easier to get to and easier to ship things to and from. Yeah, it's a paradox. All right, so first of all, the wind noise is obviously not ideal, and the quality of the audio changes depending on how I'm holding the phone. We can use VoiceOver to either redo this exactly the way I've done it, which is not great, or to redo it with something that's a little bit more appropriate, or I can change some of the words I was saying. So let's get started. In the edit page, there's this little record button here. In the cut page, it is in the center. And those are the two pages where you have access to this voiceover functionality that's different than what I showed you earlier in Fairlight. So we'll hit the voiceover button. Here it says, what do you want to call it? We'll call it consistently bad. And we need to select an audio input. I'm going to go ahead and select this headset because I'm recording to a wireless DJI mic into the camera, but I can't get that audio into the recording at the same time, so just use a headset. Not going to sound great, but like I said, consistent, but bad. And then it asks where you want to put it. Let's go ahead and put it on audio track 2. I don't want to overwrite what I already have. Speaking of what I already have, I'm going to go over to the mixer here and turn it down because I don't want to hear it while I'm recording something else. Now you just hit record. It'll give you a quick little countdown. Citrus. Citrus is one of the most prominent crops here in these Hawaiian Islands. Indeed, some of the tastiest, most savory morsels from the tree can only be found here. And the tropical growing environment allows us such a vast variety that the like is seen nowhere else, except in larger places that are not so far away from everything, and it's not as expensive to ship, and yeah, it's a paradox. Not bad. Timing is a little different, but we can just adjust this a little bit, and now it should work. So we'll solo that. I'm going to do a favor for all of our ears here, and I'm just make sure the voice isolation is on for that track because I'm recording it. Normally I'm recording with relatively good microphones, and this audio is not going to be that great because it's a headset. All right, back we go. Let's have a listen. Citrus. Citrus is one of the most prominent crops here in these Hawaiian Islands. Indeed, some of the tastiest, most savory morsels from the tree can only be found here. And the tropical growing environment allows us such a vast variety that the like is seen nowhere else, except in larger places that are not as so far away from everything, and it's not as expensive to ship, and yeah, it's a paradox. Okay, so that's acceptable. I'm going to use a tool now, only available in the studio version, so I can get the timing a little closer to the original. So here I have the timeline transcribed. Oh, I need to turn the volume. I can't have it soloed. All right, so here's the transcription of the timeline. If I go back to make this smaller, give myself a little room here. So if I go back to the beginning, you can see that it highlights where the word is in the timeline. So let's go ahead and I've covered it up. There we go. Let's go ahead and redo the voiceover. We'll call it consistently bad. That's fine. All these settings can stay the same. And now, 3, 2, 1. Citrus is one of the most important crops of the Hawaiian Islands. Indeed, some of the most savory morsels from the tree can only be found here. And of course, a variety available in these islands cannot be matched anywhere. Except in larger places that are less remote and easier to get to and cheaper to ship things. Yeah, that's a paradox. So having that visual reference makes it easier to match precise timing if the edit has already been done. So that's a quick look at the voiceover function in Davinci Resolve. I think you'll agree if you saw or had to do this earlier in Fairlight, it's a lot easier. Sorry, iPad folks, it's not available on that yet. You're out of luck. It's just a second-class citizen until they figure out how to do that. But I hope that was helpful. Thanks for coming along, and see you in the next one.